see you.
Avatar: Fire and Ash is now streaming on Disney+. It's the film critics are calling the best Avatar yet.
Yeah! Go, 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 go!
A true epic and completely jaw-dropping.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
Return to Pandora on Disney+.
It will be an adventure for the whole family.
And watch the Oscar-winning phenomenon at home.
This is sick!
Avatar: Fire and Ash, now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.
Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast. I'm your host, JoAnn Crone. Hello, my Lolas. How are you doing this morning? Can I tell you about something that happened to me this weekend? And I bet you're going to be able to relate. I actually sat down, and my intention was to rest. I had nowhere to be. I had nothing urgent, but I couldn't relax. My body would not let me. And here's why. One of my kids was upset with me for a decision that I stand fully behind. And because of that, I couldn't relax. It was over a boundary I had set, something completely reasonable. But since they were mad, my nervous system decided that it was a threat, it was an emergency, and I could not find any calm in my body. I couldn't lie down. I tried reading, but I had one of those things where I read a few sentences and then I forgot what I read, and so I had to keep rereading the same paragraph over and over again. And I just wanted to smooth things over. I wanted to make them not mad at me. And the whole time, this little voice in the back of my head was going, you should be resting. You should be taking this time to relax. Why are you letting this bother you so much, JoAnn? What is wrong with you? And if this sounds familiar, if rest to you feels absolutely impossible, if slowing down may even feel a little bit dangerous, if you feel like you have to earn your breaks and you're still not sure that you've actually earned them, this episode is for you, because the problem isn't that you need more self-care. The problem is that your nervous system has been trained to treat rest like a threat. You heard me correctly. And today we're going to talk about why that is and what to actually do about it. So now let's get on with the show. So before we get into what actually is going on in your nervous system and the science, let's name that voice in your head, because so many women struggle with this. And I find it's really, really helpful to give that voice a name. In the No Guilt Mom Inner Circle, we call that voice Bob. Bob he's an asshole. I'm sorry to say it, but he's basically the one telling you you can't do the thing, or what will people think of you if you do the thing? He's the one telling you to stay back, play it safe, because that is what Bob's job is. He wants you to stay safe. He's taking all of these past situations. He's evaluating everything for a possible threat. And he's like, you know what? That's too dangerous out there. Let's just stay right there. Let's just stay where you are. Do you have a Bob? Can you name your Bob? I know I have a Bob. My Bob is the one who is right now preventing me from trying this new improv thing. Every Saturday at the theater that I go to, they have this happy hour improv where you basically just show up and you get to do improv with whoever else shows up. My Bob is scared to death. He's scared to death. He is telling me that I'm not going to fit in. He's also telling me that, oh, won't your husband be pissed off at you if you go and leave him on a Saturday? What will he do? Do you have Bob saying these things to you? My Bob is so loud on this one. I have really wanted to go to this for the past month, and I haven't made it yet because Bob is just he's you're staying safe, JoAnn. You're staying right here. Here's some other things that I have heard Bob say to people. And I know this because they've told me. So something Bob says, I should be doing something productive right now. Do you get that? This is something that prevents a lot of women from sleeping at night. You feel like you're in this wind down routine and you want to relax, but Bob is in your head being like, oh, but did you do this? And did you do that? So something that I want to say about all of these things that Bob is saying to you is we need to challenge Bob. Bob cannot just run the show without any questioning because to tell you the truth, Bob has no idea what he is doing. He is not allowed to run around unsupervised. Bob is this little 8-year-old kid who is scared of everything and who wants to keep you down. And sometimes we accept Bob's voice without really questioning it. So for the I should be doing something productive right now, I love it pointing out to myself whenever I use the word should. I ask, okay, says who? Who says that you should be doing something productive right now? And if you start with, oh, people, everyone, everywhere says I should be doing something productive right now, push Bob farther and ask Bob specifically, name 2 or 3 people who say you should be doing something productive right now. And you may be able to identify whose voice that is. Maybe it is a parent who criticized you for lying around on a Saturday morning and was, oh, you're so unproductive. Like, do something with your life. Maybe Bob is left over from that because you know what? You so wanted your parents' love and appreciation and connectedness that you took that in and it became your voice too. So here's something else that Bob might be saying to you. I can't rest until everything is done, right? Oh my gosh, everything is never done. We all know this. This is a trap. This is Bob trying to gain all the appreciation from everyone else. Because I mean, tell me if I'm wrong on this. Because with me, I think, oh my gosh, when everything's done, people are just going to like love me and like think I'm the best. I'm going to think I'm the best and I'm going to feel so accomplished. It's wrong. Because what happens when you get everything done? There's more to be done. There are things that you didn't even think of putting on your to-do list to be done. Right? Here's another thing Bob says. And this one is extremely sneaky. I should be able to handle everything myself. Oh, are you in that phase right now? You think that you should be able to figure things out. I mean, I've thought this before and it has been the death of me. I wish I were exaggerating, but when I was in my mid-30s, which guys is 10 years ago, that's crazy, I was experiencing a lot of intense stomach symptoms. Symptoms so bad that I would basically be on the couch every afternoon for about 2 hours in the fetal position, just kind of rocking back and forth. It'd be between the couch and the bathroom, the couch and the bathroom. And I thought, I'm like, oh, it must be something I'm eating. Like, I don't need to go to the doctor. I don't need traditional medicine. Like, this is something I could fix naturally with taking out preservatives from my diet or going gluten-free or all those things, until it got to the point where I just was not showing up well. And I mean, there were other symptoms too. TMI, there was blood. Okay. I just want to put that out there. And I still thought I would be able to figure that out myself. Finally, I went to the doctor. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. And if you don't know what that is, there are so many drug commercials on TV for medication for it. It's basically where your immune system attacks your intestines and it makes it all inflamed and it creates these sores and it makes it hard to digest food, like everything, things that I needed medication for. And when I was put on medication, my whole life got so much better because I accepted that help. I accepted the help of my doctor. If Bob is saying to you, I should be able to handle this myself, push back on Bob. Here's a great question to consider. What is important about you doing everything yourself? Can you answer that? I know if I look back at that time, what was important of me doing everything myself, I didn't believe I was smart, capable, or intelligent unless I figured it out myself. And when I said it out loud, I'm like, that sounds really silly coming out of my mouth. But that's how these beliefs work. They are things that are running in the background in your mind, and you just are accepting it as fact. But truly, when you stop to question it, your whole life can change. Okay, here's another thought. Ready? Taking time to myself is selfish. This hurts so many moms, so many moms. We are trained not to take time to ourselves. Olivia Wilde was on the Call Her Daddy podcast recently, and she mentioned this a difference between men and women taking time for themselves. She talked about this time where she had her kids. It was during a major holiday. She was at home doing the mom thing, and her ex, who's Jason Sudeikis, he was photographed with his new girlfriend on a tropical vacation, no kids in sight. And the way the press interpreted it was, oh, look at him. Good for him. Good that he is getting out there and having fun. He deserves it. But what Olivia said is if you flip that situation around, if Jason had been home with the kids and Olivia had been out enjoying life, same exact circumstances, what would have happened to her in the media? You could probably picture it, right? Oh my gosh, what a bad mom. How dare she leave her kids during this holiday? She is so selfish. What is she thinking? And that's a really, really important thing to keep in mind because it directly relates to this thought we have about taking time for myself is selfish. It is something that women are attacked for in the media, maybe by in-laws, maybe by your own parents. And when you see that over and over and over again, you're going to internalize it as fact and just know that it is unfair. It is completely unfair. And as a high point, I really do think that Gen Z is working very hard to overturn that behavior and that way of looking at things. But for us millennials, oh, it is ingrained so hard. It's ingrained so hard. So ask yourself this question. Who taught you that it was selfish to take time for yourself? Who taught you that? And you may be able to see like, oh, it's just the way I've seen women attacked. Or maybe it was watching my own mom. You know, when you're just balancing all the things and somewhere in the chaos, you're still trying to figure out if your kids are actually getting their nutritional needs met. Yes, that was me. And honestly, that's how I found First Day. And it just simplified everything. Here's what got me. They actually make different formulas for toddlers, kids, teens, and adults. So it's tailored to your stage of life. My 13-year-old son isn't getting the same thing I am at 44 because what he needs and what I need are genuinely not the same. Finally, a brand that gets that. We're talking a blend of 21 organic superfoods and 9 key vitamins. No artificial dyes, no added sugars, nothing unnecessary. They test for over 200 toxins and have the Clean Label Purity Award. So I'm not second guessing what I'm putting in my family's bodies. It's just 2 gummies a day, which honestly makes it so easy to stay consistent. Over 1 million families use First Day and they have a 45-day money-back guarantee. It just takes the guesswork out of it completely. For a limited time only, our listeners are getting an insane deal. Use code NGM to get up to 57% off at firstday.com. That's up to 57% off and a free gift with code NGM at firstday.com. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. Summer is almost here, and I have a whole list of things I want to do with my family. I just want to make sure our money is organized so I can say yes to the things that actually matter and not wonder where it went in September. That's the goal. Intentional spending, not anxious spending. That's where Monarch comes in. And here's what I need you to know right now. Monarch is the personal finance app that tracks everything: accounts, investments, savings goals, and spending. Get your first year of Monarch Core for half off, just $50 with promo code NOGUILT. And this is why I think it's so amazing. The AI weekly recap gives me a heads up on what's happening with my money before anything sneaks up on me. It flags spending spikes, net worth shifts, upcoming expenses. It's like a calm little check-in every week so nothing catches me off guard. And you can ask Monarch's AI assistant anything about your finances, anything. I literally asked it how much we spent on travel last summer, and it just told me. That kind of clarity is everything when you're planning ahead. Use code NOGUILT at monarch.com to get your first year of Monarch Core half off at just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code NOGUILT. I want to talk about the moment I became a laundry sauce person. I was walking through my house and I just stopped because the whole laundry area smelled incredible. Not like laundry detergent incredible, like you just walked into a really nice hotel incredible. And that was it. So here's the thing about laundry sauce. These are premium scented laundry pods made with fine fragrances from the world's top perfumers. We're talking scents like Australian sandalwood, Italian bergamot, and a new limited edition Brazilian vanilla. And the scent lasts until your next laundry day. When I pull clothes out of the dryer, my first thought is genuinely, oh my gosh, this smells amazing. And the pods, they're pre-measured, pop them in, done. No lid, no guessing, no mess. Plus, they're packed with bioenzymes that actually obliterate stains from all the very summery things your family gets into. For a limited time only, our listeners get 20% off your entire order when you use code NOGUILT at laundrysauce.com. That's 20% off your entire order at laundrysauce.com with promo code NOGUILT. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. It's time to make laundry day the best day of the week. So the last one is really worth sitting on because most of us didn't invent the idea that rest is selfish. We inherited it, we absorbed it, and understanding where it came from is really the first step to actually being able to put it down and put it aside. Because there is nothing but Bob standing in your way of actually taking time for yourself, of actually getting some breathing room in your life and having that joy and life and rest that you want. Now, another thing that may be happening is the generational layer. I recently interviewed Dr. Cassidy Freitas, who just published a book called Mom Needs a Moment. And she talked about this generational thing where many of us millennial moms, we grew up in a culture that tied safety to achievement. Was this your thinking when you were younger? Good grades equals a scholarship, equals going to college, which means you're going to get a job when you get out of college. That's not so true anymore. But the message was really, really clear. Your value is your output. Basically, achievement means you're a valuable person. If you don't achieve things, what are you, a lazy slug? That internally is something that goes on in my head when I try to relax. What about you? Do you ever think that? And if Bob has that voice saying, I should be productive, you think that we're the same. We're the same in that. And then add on to that people pleasing, which many of us women have grown up with. Please your teachers, make your parents proud, don't cause any problems. And when you have that mindset, you get an adult who has a hard time resting when somebody is unhappy with them. My daughter, she was so unhappy with me. And I was, oh my gosh, I'm not doing my job. I'm not making her happy. It is something that is so ingrained and so hardwired. Achievement and approval, they got coded into your nervous system as safety, which means anything that feels like you're falling short in either of those areas, it gets flagged as a threat. Like, let that sit with you for a little bit. Have you ever thought of it in this way before? This isn't a character flaw. This isn't, oh, you can't rest. This is your conditioning. Your parents were trying to prepare you for the world they knew, but that wiring, that was what was passed down. And that wiring that you need to always make other people happy, it's now running in the background every moment that you try to rest. And it's absolutely exhausting. Let's get a little bit into the brain science right here, and the nervous system. Like, settle into your nervous system, Lola. Settle in. I feel kind of cheesy saying that, but also settle in because I want you to know that the nervous system has 3 settings, and most of us are stuck on the wrong 2. So I mentioned before, I just interviewed Dr. Cassidy Freitas. Her book, Mom Needs a Moment, go pick it up. It is out right now. She describes the nervous system in a way that completely changed how I understood my own inability to rest. She talks about 3 states, and I've known these 3 states before, but something about connecting it to our need to achieve and our need to people please really hit home for me. Because once you hear this, you're going to start recognizing where you are in your nervous system right now. Okay, so first is state 1. This is the connected state. This is where you feel safe, you're able to be social, where your true persona comes out. And this is the one you can actually rest in because you feel like your body is calm. You can be present with your kids. You can be present with yourself. You could relax with a book. You can ease into a conversation. And this is where growth happens, where connection happens, where joy actually lives. Now, if you are as hyped up as I am most of the time, you might feel that sometimes the only way you can enter this state, and I hesitate to say this, but I want to say this because I think it's true, is with the help of alcohol or marijuana, which I know a lot of moms use. We are so wired all the time that our nervous system isn't allowing us to relax. We are looking at so many things as threats just because of our conditioning. Do you feel like the only time you can relax is with the help of a drink or like a gummy? Because if you do, you're not alone. We are exposed to so much information these days. We are constantly viewing on Instagram what it means to be a good mom, what other moms are doing with their kids, what other opportunities kids have. And with this playing in our brain 24/7, it's no wonder we think that we are unproductive or that we are not achieving this high goal. And our nervous system can never settle in to this connected state. If you have ever had that feeling after you've worked the nervous system hard, like you worked your body hard, this is the reason I work out. Because after a hard workout, I can usually get in my body to rest. Like my brain is like, hey, you worked out that stress response. You ran away from that tiger really, really well. You survived. And so now I'm going to let you rest. And that's typical. That is a huge motivation for me to get out of my bed at 5:45 in the morning and go to the class at my gym then. Because I need to outrun my tiger. I need to outrun the danger from the people pleasing, from the need to achieve, from the need to feel productive. I need to tell my body that, hey, you did it. You are safe. You made it away and you made it back to your village. And now you can put your arms up and be like, yeah, I did it. I deserve some relaxation. Now, it sounds crazy that this is what works, but this is our evolutionary heritage here. The Nagoski sisters talk about this in their book, Burnout, that you can release your stress through physical activity. And that's just a little tip for you if you want to get back into that connected state. If you're a parent, it is so easy to get overwhelmed and you know how your own mental health always comes last. I felt that hard when my daughter was deep into competitive dance. 3-hour rehearsals multiple times a week. And in between, I was taking care of my son. I felt like a taxi driver running on fumes, and still trying to be present for everyone was a total no-go. Those are the moments where I really need someone to talk to. And honestly, those are the moments I usually let slip the most. I go to therapy and it has genuinely changed how I show up. It's helped me understand why I react the way I do, step outside myself in moments of stress, and let go of so much shame I didn't even realize I was carrying. What I love about Rula is that they make it so much easier to actually get that support. There are healthcare company that partners with over 120 insurance plans, so therapy doesn't feel like this huge financial stretch. The average copay is just $15 a session, and they match you with a therapist based on what you actually need, not just whoever has an opening, with appointments often available as soon as tomorrow. Thousands of parents are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance, helping them show up for their families. And so can you. Visit Rula.com/NGM to get started. That's RULA.com/NGM. You know what I just realized? I have trips on the calendar this summer, and I have been completely ignoring the most important question. What am I actually going to wear on the plane? Because here's the thing. I want to look cute on the plane. I don't want to be in like mismatched sweats, but I also want to feel like I am wrapped in a cloud for 5 hours. I want to be comfortable. It feels impossible, right? That is where Quince comes in. And honestly, I keep coming back to them because they make it so easy. Quince has these beautiful everyday pieces like 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops with styles starting at just $32. And everything is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands because they work directly with ethical factories and skip the middleman markup entirely. You're paying for quality, not a logo. I just ordered the Cloud Comfort wide leg pants for my trip, and I am genuinely so excited about these. They look really cute, and they are way, way less than similar pants I've seen elsewhere. Comfy and adorable. That is a win I did not even know I needed. Elevate your summer wardrobe. Go to quince.com/NGM for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/NGM for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/NGM.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Okay, but I promised to talk to you about these two other states. And these two other states are the ones that we are stuck in right now. So state 2 is this mobilized state. It is the one where we are scanning for danger, where we are looking to see, oh my gosh, who's upset with me? What do I need to do? Or who gave me like a roll of the eyes? And how do I need to smooth things over? This is a state your nervous system goes in with fight, flight, or fawn. Have you heard of these? So let me just review them really quickly. Fight is where you are ready to argue, you are ready to defend yourself. Flight is you're ready to avoid problems. If something comes your way, you're like, nope, not looking that way right now. That's a mobilized state. It's a protection strategy. Fawn is where you agree to anything to make others happy. These could be some things you're doing. Fawn is something like your kids pushing back on what you're making for dinner. And so you're like, fine, we can just do what you want to do. That's fawn. And it doesn't mean that you're a pushover. That's not what fawn means. It means that this is how you have learned to keep yourself safe. Maybe something in the past where somebody was a really big fighter against you and you knew that you could make your life easier if you just went along with it. So when you hear fawn, don't think pushover. Think you're keeping yourself safe. But here's the thing. Your body doesn't know the difference between a tiger chasing you and a kid who is mad at you. It registers threat and it mobilizes. Like cortisol shoots through your system and all of a sudden you are hypervigilant. You have this inability to sit still and you start scanning for danger everywhere around you. Fawn is the one that makes you want to smooth it over, to fix everything, to make them happy. I mean, does this sound familiar? This is just your body protecting you, and it's how it learned how to protect you. And this is exactly what happened to me this past weekend. When my kid was upset with me, my nervous system logged it as a threat, and I went straight into fawn mode. I was problem solving. I was looking for a way to make the discomfort stop by doing something that would please my child. I wasn't choosing that. That was my nervous system and years of practice and encoding with that. So, do you recognize this in yourself? That inability to let someone be upset with you without immediately trying to fix it? That's not a personality quirk, remember. That's the nervous system in this mobilized state. So as moms, we're in a near constant state of threat scanning. Is everyone okay? Is anyone upset? Did I miss something? Did I do enough? And that hypervigilance that never fully turns off, a nervous system that never gets to rest, eventually breaks down. And that's where we get into this state 3, shutdown. This is where burnout lives. When your nervous system has been in mobilized state for too long and it can't find a way out because your brain can't see any other options, you feel numb, you feel flat, you feel disconnected. It's because your brain has shut down. And it's not laziness, and it isn't depression per se, though it could look really, really similar. This is your nervous system in a kind of conservation mode. It's like, well, since nothing I'm doing is fixing the problem, I'm just going to shut it down. What's really interesting is there are correlations between the stress that we have, whether we have been on this like constant alert and hypervigilance all our lives, to whether we get diseases. There's an interesting story about patients with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. And I read this in Gabor Mate's book. He described that there was this unit in the hospital who dealt with ALS patients. And it came to be that nurses in this unit could immediately diagnose patients. It wasn't the formal diagnosis process. Rather, they'd be like, oh, I'm pretty sure this person has ALS. And the way they did that was how nice someone was. If someone was incredibly sweet and like trying to make everything good for the nurse in the room and constantly checking in, they were more likely to have ALS if they had the symptoms. Versus if somebody like was pretty stubborn, pretty obstinate, not very great to deal with, they were less likely to have it. And it's all because this being in the mobilized state for so long eventually causes your body to shut down. And it's fascinating. It's the reason stress causes disease as well. It's like this uptick in inflammation in the body, probably caused by cortisol flooding your system, and too much of it, your body can't handle and it gets sick. So when you think about it in terms of your longevity and your health, and you also look at Bob telling you, oh, I should be productive all the time. I mean, how much more likely do you want to say, screw you, Bob? Screw you. Like, I don't want to listen to you. You do not have my long-term best interest in heart. We need to change some things here, Bob, and we need to start doing it right now. Like, this is the conversation that I've had with my Bob because, frankly, I've had enough of him. I've had enough at him. So if you have ever looked at your to-do list and you have just felt nothing, like not overwhelmed, not stressed, just blank, that might be shutdown. And the way out is not to push harder. The way out is to find your way back to being connected. One small thing that you can do at a time. Whether it is taking time for yourself to listen to some music, or maybe it's just going on a walk outside, or maybe it's going to a coffee shop alone and enjoying your coffee, just something so little to try to get you back to that connected state. Now, if you've been in that state for a while, either the mobilized state or the shutdown state, I want to tell you that this is not a self-care problem. Those little things I told you to do, it's not that you should go and do that and that'll be the cure, because it won't be the cure. This is a margin problem and also a what you're saying to yourself problem, because I really, really want you to hear this. You do not need more bubble baths. You do not need a morning routine that you found on Instagram. You do not need to optimize your schedule. What you need is some more space, small, intentional spaces before, during, after the hard moments where your nervous system gets to briefly rest. And this isn't a vacation, because a vacation kind of symbolizes that, oh, you worked so hard day after day, and now you could just rest all at once, right? This isn't what's going to fix it. You need the permission to feel something without immediately trying to fix it. And here's what that looks like. It would look like letting someone be upset with you without immediately trying to smooth it over. This is what I did on Saturday. Yeah, I couldn't rest, but I let her be upset with me, and I tried to exercise it out. I tried to move. I tried to do things for myself. And I found it after I struggled a little bit resting. I did find it. I was able to rest. Here's what else it looks like. Sitting with a feeling long enough to name it, even if it's just I'm overwhelmed right now, before reacting. One other thing you might do is protecting one thing on your calendar this week that is just for you. How many times do you plan to relax in the afternoon and then you immediately push it aside when your kids need something, or when work needs something, or your partner needs something? I mean, we all do it. We all do it. But when you protect it, when you protect your time, this is when your nervous system gets the chance to reboot and to replenish. And another thing is noticing when you're in that mobilized or shutdown state without judging yourself for it, and asking yourself the question, what would help me get back to connected? Because the best mom is not the one who does the most. The best mom is a happy mom. And happy doesn't mean perfect. It means present. It means having enough margin in your own nervous system to actually be here in this moment with these kids, but also by yourself, enjoying the relaxation, enjoying the life you built, not just surviving it, but actually being in it. And thriving doesn't mean you need a different life. It just means finding yourself again inside the life that you already have. And I've been sitting with all of this, the nervous system science, the voices in my head, Bob, the generational stuff. And I really wanted to create a space where we could actually work through it together. Not just talk about it, but dig into your specific triggers, name the voice that's keeping you from resting, figure out one concrete thing you can put on your calendar this week that's just for you. So I'm hosting a little get together. It's going to be free. It's going to be live on Zoom, and we're going to do it on Tuesday, June 30th. It's called the Happy Mom Reset, and it's 1 hour. Here's what we're going to cover together. I hope that you attend, because it's not very often I get to meet you. I actually want to meet you. So you're going to figure out why you feel like there's never enough time, and why it's actually not a time problem. You are going to name that voice that keeps you from resting, and how you're going to start talking back to it. And you're going to put one thing on your calendar this week that is just for you, and how you're going to protect it. And you're also going to see what it actually looks like to find yourself again inside the life you've already built. No big overhaul or massive vacation needed. I really, really want you there. And there's one important thing to note. I'm not having a replay. There's no replay, because the big benefit of this is to be in the same room, even if it's a virtual room, with other moms who are experiencing the same thing, being able to talk and chat and meet people. I'm doing it that way on purpose because you deserve an hour that's just for you. I don't want you to do the thing where you get a replay and then you play it on 2 times speed so you can be the absolute most optimized, productive person possible. I want you to actually show up. That is on June 30th, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and you can save your seat at learn.noguiltmom.com/happy-mom-reset. I've also put the link for you in the show notes. I really, really hope you come. And after you sign up, there's like a little form about something recently that happened to you that we can talk about. Put it in there, but also say like, hi, I heard the podcast. I'm here. I would love to see you. If you're listening on Spotify, can you hit that follow button right now? It's the best way to make sure that you don't miss an episode, and it helps me reach more moms like you. I cannot wait to see you in the Happy Mom Reset. Remember, the best mom is a happy mom. Take care of you, and I will talk with you later.
This is a Monday.com ad. The same Monday.com helping people worldwide getting work done faster and better. The same Monday.com designed for every team and every industry. The same Monday.com with built-in AI, scaling your work from day one. The same Monday.com that your team will actually love using. The same Monday.com with an easy and intuitive setup. Go to Monday.com and try it for free. Yes, the same Monday.com.